Welcome back to the channel. As per usual. Get out from under the table. You're too big for that nonsense. He's bigger than the table and he thinks that's where he needs to be, is underneath it. Go on now, get it. Such a happy boy. So, I didn't make a whole lot of progress. There's a couple things. I've decided differently than originally, that kind of thing, right? So, first thing I'm going to talk about, I haven't decided anything differently on this. I'm still working on it. Unfortunately, I did not quite finish the last row I was working on. Here's the apex of the shawl. And this is Mishi's blushing teal shawl. It is so pretty and flowy, and they're making all sorts of noise. I love the transitioning of the color. We're getting into the blue. Now, this is the cake. I've still got some more blue left, and then it's going to go into this purple, more of this purple, and then this red, and then into this darker purple. That is where that is going. I love it. I have to be careful putting it in and out of this bag because it gets caught on the zipper. These tiny threads, they get caught on things. So we are, what even day is this? This is Wednesday, I think, correct? I think so. My days are all wonky. I'm debating moving my schedule back to, out from under the table. Out. Go on now, get. Come on. Don't put your bone on the blanket. I'm working on that. Come on, get out of the table. Get out. Get out. Go on now. What a goober. Anyway, I am debating going back to Mondays, Tuesdays, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, just because I'm struggling to be remember what day it is. And if once I get into a rotation for a while, it will come. I'm going to give it some time. Hopefully, I'll get used to that and I'll be able to be just, because I always was aware what day it was based on whether it was a video day or not. But then I changed one of my days and now I'm a little bit off. That's my problem. That's a personal problem. I have a problem with consistency. Is hard to get into for me. But then once I am consistent enough that it's a natural habit at that point, I can just do it without thinking about it. But it's getting there. That is the difficulty. Now with my green yarn, this beautiful thicket from the Chicken Lady Fiber Arts, it was gonna be a wrap top. Remember I talked about the wrap top? Not anymore. I decided, I got a little ways in and I'm like, this yarn was made for better things, for different, I mean, it's gonna be beautiful. The top is gonna be beautiful. I just don't know if I want it in that color. I just kept going back to the ranunculus in that color. And originally I was like, I don't want to do the ranunculus in this color. But the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, do I? I might. So I did tear it out and I cast, this is the collar of the ranunculus. That's all I've gotten so far. Just the first set of rows for rounds for the collar. I already like it better than the top I was making, and I also already like it better than the original yarn I was trying to make ranunculus out of. It's very lacy looking. Let's try not to lose any stitches here. I think I managed to not. Okay, I managed to keep it on. Now, you'll see me doing weird when I'm looking up close. I have bifocals, but you wouldn't know it because I refuse to use them for some reason. Mentally, I just cannot make myself do this. It's always this. So that's why usually me doing this sometimes, because I'm a little bit challenged when it comes to remembering that I have a section of my classes that are specifically made for that. So that's that. I got the ranunculus started. I got a little bit of progress on my blushing teal. I got 0 progress on my vertebrae shawl, which is sitting right beside me because I was thinking about working on it, and then I never did. But I did get a little bit more done on the gray section. I have one more round and a half a round, or no, a third of a round. So like one side and a round to go with the gray, and then I'll be back on the blue again. I also spent a good chunk of this morning because I was trying to cast on the ranunculus, and I'm like, I need to get the sizes I need. I need to get it in a cable that's small enough for the collar. And so I was like, well, we'll look at this this set here. It's a mess. I was pawing through this thing. I did have some, proper size needles in here, but they all had really long cables. You can't really do a collar. It's almost like you need the hat size to start it, and then you need to up it eventually when you start adding on stitches. Obviously you can see that these are, they're not stretched, but they're definitely spread apart. They're not. And the yarn I was trying to use for that, there was no give to it. That was a ridiculous thing to even think I could make a ranunculus or anything like that out of that yarn. I think I've still been toying with what I want to do with that yarn, and I'm kind of thinking about going with a cardigan, perhaps, because that I can just throw over something and the yarn won't bother me. I don't know why I throw my hair around, guys. It's another weird thing that I do. I have a lot of weird things that I do. So I'm thinking about either a cardigan, or I was also toying with a skirt. Now, will I wear the skirt? Probably not very often. I have a dog who needs to go out multiple times a day, and he likes to run amok inside and make slobber box messes all over the place. I just got done cleaning slobber off of all of the cabinets because he just runs around and he'll drool, and then when he's drooling he shakes his head and it just flies everywhere. Sometimes I have to clean the ceiling. It can get pretty ugly in here. So that's actually what I was doing right before the video. And I was gonna do more. I was gonna finish up that row that I didn't finish on my blushing teal. And then I was gonna do a few more rounds on my ranunculus and then get on here and make this. But then I got caught up in cleaning a piss mess. So it took me a little bit. It's okay. It had to be done anyway, so it really doesn't matter which order I do. But anyway, back to, see, I'm way off topic here. I was looking for the proper needles. I couldn't find, now this is my interchangeables, and I could not find my little, I have this little dish full of goodies, and in that somewhere are my little tightener thingies for my needles. I couldn't find this was hidden somewhere. I couldn't find it. I was like, must be I left it at the house. I assumed it was gone and I wasn't going to see it again until I got home. Turns out it was inside this bag that was full of needles. This still has some needles in there. These are sizes that are not here. Like, there's no pouches for it. So what I did is I emptied out that. I sized everything. And I put them in their proper pouch. Now, the thing here with this is it's all willy-nilly. There's 1, 2, 5, 15 and a half. Like, all the sizes are mixed together. And also, some sizes have 2 and some sizes are missing altogether. So I think what I'm going to do, my daughter has the sewing machine. She's like a little professional. Not really, but she has a sewing machine. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to rip the center seam out. Get out of here. And get all new bags and label them 1 through whatever the biggest one I have. And maybe put a couple empties in there just in case I find something else that I want to store in there. Like, I have these pins. They're cable pin, or the cable needles. I could put those in one. I didn't have enough for all of the sizes, but I do got my sizes organized now. So now if I need a size, I can find it. Also, I found my little key thingy for my interchangeables. Therefore, I was able to use my interchangeables, which I have a appropriate size cable in this, and I can just put the size needle that I need on it. So that worked out great. And I found all my goodies, including my little tarnished octopus ring. I've had this thing for so long, and I keep putting it down, and because I can't work with the yarn with this because the tentacles grab hold of the yarn and tangle it all up, and that's very frustrating. So I can't really wear it when I work, so it's never on my hand anymore. I had another ring I used to wear all the time. My husband got it for me for our anniversary one year when we were to. It was one of the lower level years, and he got it for me, and I loved it. I wore it all the time, and then I lost some weight, and I lost my ring. It was sad, but I've got other rings. I just don't really wear them because most of them snag, or I'm just usually I got this because I didn't want to wear our wedding bands. Actually, I didn't want him to wear his wedding band because he kept getting it snagged at work. Highly dangerous. So I talked him into getting tattoos. So, but also I didn't really want to wear my rings either. So it worked out for both of us. Other than that, I don't have any plans to cast on anything new. But also, like, I didn't really plan on casting on a new ranunculus right now. So you never know what the next video will bring. It could just be another, boring, saw the same things last week. Or it could be a whole bunch of new stuff. We don't know. We don't know. So, with that, I'll let you go. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I'll see you in the next one.